That's Ukrainian band Okean Elzy and their brand new song Lighthouse. It's the latest track from their first English language album set for release in October. The band's lead singer, Slava Vakarchuk, is one of Ukraine's most beloved musicians. Since the beginning of Russia's war on Ukraine, Vakarchuk has travelled across the country playing for the troops. He's also raised money and awareness for Kyiv's efforts. A portion of the proceeds from their upcoming 30th anniversary world tour will go towards buying ambulances for use on Ukraine's front lines. Like the words from their song, Voices Are Rising, the band is determined to be a force for good, or sing till their heart makes a sound.
Voices are rising, so just let it out right now. Tears that you're hiding, just let it all fall down. And I sing till my heart makes a sound.
And Slava Vakarchuk joins me live now on the road, I believe, to the front lines.
Hello.
Slava, thank you for joining us.
Yes. Thanks for having me. It's a great pleasure. Thank you.
Absolutely. We were just hearing those very moving songs from your new album there, Lighthouse, Voices Are Rising. I mean, they appear to be sort of anthems for your country, you know, ground down by the brutalities of this war, but still hoping for victory. Talk to us about the messages you were trying to send with these new songs and also why you've chosen to do them in English.
First of all, usually I think that the songs should have a lot of meanings, and it's not that they directly about the situation in Ukraine or just the message. Like Lighthouse is a song of two loving people and the story behind them. But in the same way, the lighthouse is a very powerful metaphor. And I think that what we do now, Ukrainian culture, Ukrainian music, arts, and everything can be a lighthouse for Ukraine now joining the world, finally becoming part of free world. I hope at last and forever. And so we're using this music to connect with the world. And English is obvious because English is an international language, understood everywhere and spoken everywhere in the world. And so we decided to spread a word around Ukraine, about Ukraine around the world, and make it in the language most understood everywhere. So it's just our desire for a wider appeal, for wider resonance.
Yeah, and it's important because you're about to embark on this world tour where you want to try and raise funds to buy, I believe, 30 ambulances. Why have you chosen to give back in this way? And I suppose this is your contribution to the war effort in many respects.
Look, everyone in Ukraine has to do something, and actually is doing something to contribute and to make sure that we win this war, we stop this war in the conditions which Ukraine finds just, and we finally come back to so important and so awaited peace. And so we raise funds. Our band, ourselves, we raised around $4 or $5 million of funds starting from the beginning of the war. And certainly these efforts in that you're describing, these 30 ambulances, is part of this. So we need to help. We need to relieve life of people. We need to help whoever needed. We need to help all the soldiers. We need to help civilians to stand. And so we're doing the best we can with music, with funds we're raising, with our words, with everything.
Yeah, and as we speak, you are on the move, really, on the way to the front lines in eastern Ukraine. I have to ask you what the mood is like there in a week where we have seen Ukraine's incursion into Russian territory. What is the feeling at this time?
uh, there's never a black and white feeling. There are never black and white feelings in the war. It's usually both, but because every day we're losing people. Every day, Russians are destroying places in Ukraine. You know, places where people live, enterprises, everything. So it's very, very high price we are paying for these imperialistic ambitions of our crazy neighbor. And so we need to respond in a proper way, and that's what we're doing now. And we certainly want every movement the Ukrainian military do now. We want these moves to make the end of the war closer. So we want to stop this war, but we need to stop this war on the conditions that Ukraine finds just, because we didn't start the war, and it's our land, and we want to defend it, and we do it with any possible means we can.
Yeah.
So most soldiers I meet are their morale is high. They're tired. That's true. Physically tired, sometimes mentally tired. But I haven't found, and I'm very honest with you, I haven't found a single person in the uniform who complained me, I want to leave, it's enough, I can bear it. I haven't found a single person, and I've been around for 2.5 years, and I've already given 272 performances on the front line. So I can tell you, Ukrainians are resilient. They're ready to fight as long as it's needed. But certainly, we need help of our friends, and that's why having an opportunity now to say how grateful we are from people in the US and other parts of the world for helping us, and we just want you to help more and help as long as possible, because it's a long road. But together we will. I think we will find this way, and we'll come
Yes.
to the end.
The resilience Ukrainian people have shown is remarkable, and you, of course, are part of that effort, that resistance. We really appreciate you being with us, and all the best as Ukraine celebrate their Independence Day this weekend.
And
thank you, Slava.
Thank you very much. It's important, and I hope to see you in our American concerts in October.
I would love that. We'll hopefully see you there. All right.
So you're invited. You're on the list. You're on the
Thank
list.
you so much. Look forward to it. Stay with us.